everyone, and welcome back to the Miss English podcast, where learning English is easy, natural, and fun. I'm Chloe.
Hello, Chloe. And hello to all our amazing listeners around the world. It feels wonderful to sit here with you today.
It really does, Ethan. You look very peaceful this morning. There is a gentle smile on your face.
You noticed? Yes, I feel very calm today. I had a great start to my morning.
Oh, that sounds nice. What made your morning so calm?
Well, before coming here, I took a long, slow walk in the botanical garden near my apartment.
That sounds beautiful. Was the weather good?
It was perfect. The sunlight was soft, the air was cool, and the birds were singing like they were performing a concert just for me.
I love that. And actually, Ethan, your morning story is the perfect introduction to today's topic.
Really? What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to explore the idea of spending time in nature, why it matters, how it helps us, and useful English words you can use to talk about outdoor activities.
Oh, that's a wonderful topic. Nature is truly important for our bodies and our minds.
Absolutely. We'll talk about outdoor activities like walking, hiking, and picnics, and we'll also learn how nature helps us relax and feel happier.
That sounds amazing. But Chloe, before we step into the sunshine, before we start our lesson,
Yes, Ethan?
we have a tiny request for the lovely people listening.
We do. If you enjoy our episodes, please take a moment right now to subscribe to the Miss English podcast.
Yes, tap that subscribe button. It helps us create more free lessons for you.
And don't forget to like this episode and share it with your friends. Maybe someone you know wants to improve their English too.
Thank you so much, everyone. Your support means the world to us.
All right, Ethan, let's jump into today's theme, nature. You said you visited the botanical garden this morning.
Yes, it's a huge place with big trees, colorful flowers, and quiet walking paths.
How did you feel before the walk?
Honestly, a little overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. Why?
You know, work tasks, endless messages, noisy city life. Sometimes it feels like my brain is stuffed with too many thoughts.
I completely understand. Modern life can be exhausting.
It really can. But after only 10 minutes in the garden, everything changed.
What changed? How did you feel?
I felt peaceful, calm. It was as if someone pressed a reset button in my brain.
That is the beautiful effect of nature. It is one of the best ways to take care of our mental health.
Mental health. That's an important phrase for our listeners. It means how your mind feels, your emotions, and your overall well-being.
Exactly. Just like we exercise our bodies, we also need to care for our minds. Nature helps us do that.
When I hear leaves moving in the wind, or water flowing gently, I feel instantly relaxed.
Same here. And there's a word for this, mindfulness.
Mindfulness. That sounds like a deep word. What does it mean?
It means being present in the moment. Not worrying about yesterday, not planning tomorrow, just focusing on right now.
Ah, I understand. So, if I'm watching a butterfly, and I'm only thinking about that butterfly, that's mindfulness?
Exactly. You're not checking your messages or stressing about work. You're simply observing.
This reminds me of another topic. Our phones.
Yes, phones. We spend so much time staring at screens.
I know. I look at my laptop all day for work and then my phone all evening for messages. My eyes get tired.
Mine too. That's why nature is perfect for a digital detox.
Digital detox. I love that phrase. It means taking a break from technology.
Yes, when you go to a forest, beach, or park, try putting your phone away. Don't look at social media. Look at the sky, the leaves, the clouds.
That's great advice. The sky is prettier than any photo on Instagram.
Exactly. Nature helps us reconnect with the real world, the world we can touch, smell, and hear.
So true. Now, Chloe, a morning walk is one way to enjoy nature. What else can people do outdoors?
Oh, so many things. Picnicking, jogging, biking, or simply sitting under a tree and breathing fresh air.
My personal favorite is hiking.
Hiking. Can you explain what that is for our learners?
Of course, hiking is like walking, but usually in mountains, forests, or natural trails. It's usually longer and sometimes more challenging.
Is hiking difficult?
It can be. Some hills are steep, some paths are rocky, but the views are incredible.
That sounds amazing. And it's a great way to exercise and enjoy nature at the same time. Now, Ethan, before we continue, let's talk about something very important for outdoor adventures.
Absolutely, Chloe. If you want to enjoy nature properly, you need good shoes.
Good shoes make such a big difference. Without them, your feet will hurt before the adventure even starts.
Exactly, Chloe. When I go hiking, I always wear strong, comfortable boots. And I always bring a backpack.
A backpack? Oh, tell us what you carry in it, Ethan.
Chloe, the most important thing is water. Lots and lots of water. And sometimes, I also carry a simple map or a printed trail guide.
A map is a great idea, Ethan. Getting lost in the forest is not fun.
Definitely not, Chloe. But even with the little challenges, I love hiking, especially because of the amazing views.
The views. What kind of views?
Well, Chloe, when you reach the top of a hill and look down at the trees, rivers, and fields, it feels magical.
I can imagine that. You can see everything from above like a painting.
Exactly, Chloe. It makes you feel strong, like you accomplished something big.
I like walking, Ethan, but I think I prefer sitting on the grass and relaxing.
Sitting is wonderful too, Chloe. So tell me, what's your favorite outdoor activity?
Oh, that's easy, Ethan. I love picnics.
Of course, Chloe, you really love food.
Guilty. For me, a picnic is the perfect peaceful afternoon.
Describe your dream picnic for our listeners, Chloe.
Okay, Ethan. First, I need a big soft blanket to spread on the grass.
A cozy blanket. Very important, Chloe.
Then I need a classic picnic basket.
A proper woven basket. Yes, Chloe. And what treasures are inside?
Sandwiches. Delicious fresh sandwiches. Maybe cheese, tomato, lettuce, and a little sauce.
That sounds delicious, Chloe.
Then I bring fruit, apples, grapes, and maybe some juicy strawberries.
Very fresh, Chloe. Very colorful.
And of course, something cool to drink, lemonade or iced tea.
That sounds like a perfect afternoon, Chloe.
It is. Sitting in the sunshine, enjoying good food, maybe reading a book, that is my favorite kind of peace.
Reading under a tree is one of the most relaxing things in the world, Chloe.
Yes, except for one little problem.
Oh no, Chloe. Don't tell me ants.
Yes, Ethan, the ants love picnics too.
I can imagine them walking up to your basket saying, "Hello, Chloe. May we have a bite of your sandwich?"
Exactly, Ethan. I try to be polite to them because after all, we are sitting in their home.
Nature teaches us to share, Chloe, even with little insects.
So we talked about hiking and picnics. What about camping, Ethan?
Ah, camping, sleeping outside in nature.
Sleeping in a tent, right?
Yes, Chloe. A tent is like a small house made of fabric. You zip it open and crawl inside.
Do you like camping, Ethan?
I love it, Chloe. But what about you?
I want to like it, Ethan, but the dark forest scares me a little.
That's understandable, Chloe. The forest can be very dark at night.
And the sounds! Hoot hoot! Or crunch crunch. It feels mysterious.
Usually, it's just an owl or a rabbit, Chloe.
Or a bear, Ethan.
Hopefully not, Chloe. But camping can be fun. You can make a small fire.
A campfire. Warm and cozy.
Yes, Chloe. Sitting around the fire, watching the flames dance, it feels magical. And you can look up at the stars.
Ah, the stars. That's true. In the city, we cannot see many stars.
Too many streetlights, Chloe. But in nature, the sky is full of sparkling lights.
That sounds beautiful, Ethan. Maybe I would try camping if you came with me to protect me from the scary animals.
Don't worry, Chloe. I will protect you from every imaginary bear.
Another fun activity is biking. Do you like biking, Ethan?
Absolutely, Chloe. By biking, I mean riding a bicycle along park paths or forest trails.
That is really good exercise, Ethan.
It is. And it's fast. You can explore a lot of nature in a short time.
I love the feeling of the wind in my hair. It feels free.
Freedom, yes, Chloe. That is exactly the feeling nature gives us.
Now, Ethan, we're talking about English today. Can nature actually help people learn English?
That is a brilliant question, Chloe. I think yes, nature can help a lot.
How does that work?
Well, when you walk through a park, you can practice vocabulary. Look around and say what you see.
For example, I see a tall tree, or I see a yellow flower.
Exactly, Chloe. Or I see a duck swimming.
That is such a good exercise. You describe the world around you.
And you can bring a small notebook, Chloe. Sit on a bench and write sentences.
Like, I see two children playing, or I see a brown dog running.
Yes, and you have time to think. No pressure, no screens.
And nature is perfect for social connections too.
You mean spending time with friends, Chloe?
Yes. Sometimes cafes are too loud,
True, Chloe. It's hard to hear each other.
but walking in nature is quiet. It's easier to talk.
And you don't need to look at each other constantly. You're just walking side by side.
Yes, Ethan. For many people, walking while talking is much easier than sitting face to face. The movement helps them relax.
Exactly, Chloe. I've had some of my best, deepest conversations while walking through a park or enjoying a picnic on a sunny afternoon.
Or while eating cheese sandwiches, Ethan. Food always makes conversations better.
That is true, Chloe. But what if someone doesn't live near a forest or mountains? What can they do to enjoy nature?
That's a great question, Ethan. Not everyone has access to big nature spaces.
Right, Chloe. Some people live in large cities surrounded by tall buildings. But even in busy cities, there's usually something: a small park, a tiny community garden, or even just a single tree on the street corner.
Yes, Ethan. Even one tree counts as nature. You can look at the leaves and watch them change through the seasons. Bright green in summer, warm orange in autumn.
Exactly, Chloe. You don't need a long vacation to connect with the natural world. Sometimes you just need to step outside and really pay attention.
Yes. Open your eyes, breathe slowly, and feel the air on your face. A deep breath can change your whole mood.
Chloe, I have an idea. A challenge for our listeners.
Ooh, Ethan, I love challenges. What do you have in mind?
I want everyone listening to go outside sometime this week. Nothing complicated. Just go outside.
Yes, you can visit a park, walk in a garden, or simply stroll down a quiet street.
And here's the big part, Chloe. Leave your phone in your pocket. Don't touch it for 20 minutes.
20 minutes? That's not long at all, Ethan. Totally doable.
Exactly, Chloe. During those 20 minutes, look around, listen to the sounds, feel the air, and practice your English.
Yes, try naming 5 things you can see. For example, tree, cloud, bird, rock, flower.
That's perfect, Chloe. A simple but powerful exercise.
I will do the challenge too, Ethan.
Same here, Chloe. I think I'll go for another long walk tomorrow. Maybe even a bike ride.
Ooh, fancy. Don't forget to wear your helmet.
Of course, Chloe. Safety first.
Talking about nature actually makes me want to step outside right now.
Me too, Chloe. But we still need to finish today's episode of Miss English Podcast.
Yes, we can't run away just yet.
But we can start planning our next picnic. Maybe we can bring cookies.
And hopefully have a picnic with fewer ants this time, Ethan.
We can try, Chloe. No promises.
This has been such a nice conversation, Ethan. I feel refreshed and peaceful.
I'm glad, Chloe. It's good to remind ourselves that we're part of nature too.
Yes, we're not robots. We're humans, and humans need green spaces.
Absolutely, Chloe. Nature helps us think more clearly, feel calmer, and stay healthy.
Well, Ethan, I think we've covered a lot today.
We really have, Chloe. We talked about mental well-being, hiking, camping, picnics, biking, and even taking a digital detox.
Very important topics, Ethan. And we hope our listeners enjoyed learning about nature and English vocabulary today.
Yes, and we hope you feel more confident talking about outdoor activities in English.
Go outside, practice your English, and enjoy a moment of calm.
Before you go, we have one final request.
Yes, please subscribe to Miss English Podcast if you haven't already. It helps our community grow.
And share this episode with a friend. Maybe a friend you want to take on a walk or a small adventure.
Great idea, Ethan. Send it to them and say, let's go out together.
And please leave a comment below. We really love reading your messages.
Yes. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite outdoor activity?
Do you enjoy hiking, biking, picnicking, or simply relaxing on a park bench?
Tell us in English. Don't worry about mistakes. Just try.
We can't wait to read your stories.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Thank you, friends.
Have a beautiful nature-filled week.
Goodbye, and go outside.